Good morning. It's a Monday. There's a standstill in the distance. There was no speaker yet quite defined. I fought out and I was aside, till the day that I left myself, just standing still, I was being quiet. Now that I can say, it doesn't tell what you could make if you weren't there late. Now I found in a day, there's only a dreamer that makes himself a seat. And I found out that you don't need to read once you've seen, especially if you've lived many seas. Now I've made up this lie, it tells the story from within. It goes to show that one can speak before the day they've handled anything. Would it be just because this season isn't in front, it's just one behind? Now this lie starts to say, I'm not saying it, especially not today. In front of me I've seen, just because I wasn't blind doesn't make it for sure. These days I can't work it out. Now this lie goes on to admit that it was touching on many things. Now when it came to season, it spoke of itself. It said this lays in front, but only I know. So as I get up, I find out there's only one way to take a mate. Now these days, I can't face any such debate because I'm only one late. Now I think about it, and it still is the day that I possessed all such things. Now the wisdom expresses such a thing as evidence, but no one ever states what it is to be seasoned. Now I'm walking in front. And all that I could grab, all that I could cling to, was in fact the lie itself that laid down just where I had been seen. So I took my seat, and nowadays I can't just believe that I found a way to tell them today, hey, this lie wasn't me. And it was for you to face, because today means that I'm not there yet. And as we're talking, we can confront many battles, as we especially relate ourselves to the season. You know, many disturbed critical creatures announce for themselves in verdicts. You know, I made this opinion stated to me today, and the view that I took upon when I received the other was the noting of what myself had expressed. Therefore I laid down in this season, and this season wasn't mine to take until the day I had to debate. And as I faced for the young had came to praise that still they were sturdy, and the old had even said, I'm only as young as I am today, because there wasn't any days left when I couldn't be there, where I hadn't laid. And so the elderly had came to say that just because I'm not as young as the youngsters does not mean I'm late, and I'm still there early to be producing what I have found for myself to see. And so on these days, the elderly might challenge themselves, but the young would still say, we're not as young as they. And on those days, then those who are aged between can only find for themselves what it doesn't say, without one not meaning. And the view of all verdicts explain themselves to be seasoned in states, without the state not expressing itself, without a view not being taken. Now I could take this view as a reason, but that reason that I take this view is only just because it's not my reason. Now the reason is that I'm not taking this view as my reason, But I'm taking this view to use it within my reasons. And my reasons that I'm using is only that because I can't use it until the day that I haven't used it. So yesterday we're speaking on having a look, but only looking. Having a look, but only looking. Yeah, so once you've seen it, you don't need to read. Like we could have lived forever. I mean, if it's not a sheer weighted act, if it's not there certainly created by someone, then it's always and always. There's nowhere else to go. No afterlife, no heaven, no next day. You know, we die, we come back to this place because there's nowhere else to leave. You know, it's always been living. We're always living. Even when we're not there, we're still lived. When you're not there and everyone's looking at you, well, you're still being lived because they're wondering where you are. So if it's that way, then I could come back the next day after studying, the geometry of just flower patterns and documenting it right down to the very nearest discovery of what if they died. Would there still be a geometrical evidence of a pattern or sequence left there behind for us to yield out of and create them again, or create something renewed within its own species? And so I document it right down, right around the globe. I find it everywhere and I report down on it to the downest down. Even when my ink was running dry, I sweated and my skin was shearing at the time. So I used dead dry skin with the sweat and produced a powder. And I wrote down in powder still what I had observed within the geometrical sequence of the plant life. Even when there was nothing left, I used butter to write. I used butter instead. I used wax off candles. I wrote down everything that I could. Even when there was nothing like that left, I laid bricks in patterns to report it all the way down. Now I could come back next season and just see the same plant structure and just go, oh yeah, I've read that. I wouldn't need to read it once more. It's like in situations when you've got a handicap. Like you go down the parking lot and you've just seen it. That some bloke's parked in your handicap bay. Now you know that your handicap permits you to, pretty much stand there and block his car in. That's not the best example, I think, mate. Well, when you've got a handicap and you can't look the part. Yeah. But some people keeping knowledge to themselves. Yeah. So you're saying you wouldn't have to read the Bible the next time if you studied it for a lifetime the first time. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But I've got an example now to back it up with after going out there today. I went to see a mate and I was going to shout him some. So a little bit of gear, And he's always talked about how his missus doesn't like him taking it. And while I was with him, he told me that he's got a booking at a restaurant tonight with her. So once he said that, then I sort of seen it straight away. This isn't the best thing for him to do because then they'll fight and probably not go out to the restaurant. So I came home and said, why did I do that? Why did I change my mind of actually shouting him some? And before this, I hadn't think of it. Oh, that's because I've seen what he was saying. It's not the best idea for him to be having some today. So it's like that when it happens all the time, Yeah. And I think we do it early as young children. We see that who we're with isn't the best thing for us. So we start arranging it to go a different way. Yeah. Mostly our parents aren't the best for us. So now you can look at it in these ways. That they got that good out there on the scene. That they made up all disturbed languages. So no one could get to the original content of what was shared in wisdom around the world. We can't even hear one word of our original languages. Because if we did, we'd take in the full knowledge that we once held. Yes. But if all that came from the TV, Then all you got to do is scan the TV, and you'd be caught back up to what you once held. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sometimes sitting with it is the best thing. And not arguing. Not arguing. So now let's say someone could read the stars. Yeah, mate, they say they can, mate. Yeah, the tiniest little emitters. Yeah, mate. I mean, more than a telescope can read the space. Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. Because human beings are the ones that made that stuff, aren't they? Well, we made a computer to detect giant ripples in space if there's like a change wave there or something. Yeah, but human being made that happen. So a human being would be stronger than what they made. So human beings can observe the spaceships quicker than what a machine can. Yeah, possibly, yeah. Because the machine, like if it was a UFO flying through space, they'd be able to hijack the instrument, but you'd never be able to hijack the person. Ah. I hate how he likes to have examples to follow up with everything. I hate how he does. I really hate that. I really hate that, mate. I do, mate. I do, mate. Yeah, it's like that day that I was talking about karma. How karma doesn't go for the bad, it only goes for the good. Then I went down the survey, and the lady offered me a pie. Like they were throwing them out. Do I want one for free? She said. I said, yes, thanks, but I'll buy one now as well, thanks. I'll get one as well now because we both want one now, you know. So in the end, I got one for free, but they made some money off selling the other ones. And I was to my missus that I was talking about karma. It only goes for the good. Ah, so you're trying to tell your missus that you were good. No, I wasn't trying to tell my missus that I was good. Right. It's like that follows through. Yeah, right. So that means that you used that bloke this morning. For my example, well, that's what I can't specify on. That's what someone who reads it would see, but someone who has seen would know it's not they. That's not true then, mate. You're saying you could have grabbed hold of all the ancient wisdom just by hearing one word, just by hearing the word Buddha. If I'd read all the texts and knowledge before that the Buddha held, then I wouldn't have to read it once more. Ah, shit. That's no good. People study a lifetime. Yeah, I know they do. I know they do. Maybe it's their first life. Yeah. Yeah. Bloody hell. That's true. That's true. But either way that you understand it, there's no way to mean anything unless one doesn't take it. Because it's not taken. If it's like that. So I believe it's exactly the same this day and age. They rob you, the creator of everything. Yeah, but I pick back up on the text these days. So you're always against them. They're the only feet that hold that war, don't they? Yeah, they pretty much just are themselves once they sold off me. They don't branch out. Then they're always fighting you, aren't they? Yeah, they're always trying to claim that they're the right feet. But really it's my foot. So in the end it worked to plan. Yeah, make me the evil one that they hold a rigid form against. Then the rest of the world sort of obeys and suits to dominate anyone that's being evil. Ah. Now this could be your plan. You could make a hand out from the stars, becomes beneath. What would you do if only you could lose? Now I make it back to where I'd say my face wasn't there, not quite like they could see. Now my name ain't pleased, now my name ain't placed, now my name's never been late. Now I'm still there where they could say, have you placed yourself down for a season today? Now I make out like I've been named, but still I ain't quite right, till the days I could believe. Now I'm just looking back at it, now I'm just looking back at it, and I think about what it means. Still there's some stew, but they try to call it, they tried to ask me. So if that was all made here, then how come I've been feeding on mums? Since the day I could be a hum, I was there eating that broth, eating that stew. Now I think about what's gone off, but still it can't be made, if only the boil's got a brew. Now I look back at it all, and wouldn't it be true? The kids were out there playing in the dirt, and then they ran into mum. They ran into mum, where the brew was being poured into a cup. Now it's a slow broth, and yeah, while you're running stew, you could sniff it always, 'cause mum wafted into the plate. Mum wafted into the plate, and now you could say that's what made us come in today, to where she laid the plate. Because you know it's true, you smell dinner on the way too. Yes, mate. That's why they tried to send me a little message last night on one of my ads. I think I was watching a movie and one of the ads came on. Oh no, it was in the movie. It was in that, I think it's Fantastic Seven with Wesley Snipes. Is it Wesley Snipes? It might not be Wesley, it might be Denzel Washington. It's one of those fellas. And they're all in that pub where it starts. Ah, yeah. He's talking about mum making stew. And how was everyone eating that stew back then, if she made it here today? Well, that's what I just explained, wasn't it? Yeah, but then you're saying the message you received on the news last night that they're trying to say this can't be the beginning where it was made. You run to the table where it was made. That's what I mean. You're all out playing there. You're all out playing there. And then you got a sniff on the way. So some people wrote down, oh, it looks like dinner's turkey breast, you know. Looks like melon squashed, and yeah, everyone got a different sniff because it was through the natural trees and the beasts roaring and their breath coming into it and stuff as well, you know. Then we all ran to the table and that was here today. Yeah, where mum cooked it. Then it's not really that much. You know, there's not enough for everyone to feed them. Pretty much only one cup. Just for the sun to eat, isn't it? Just for the sun to eat. Yeah, like the Afrikaans proverb. The fox comes around for dinner, eats everything, and still asks, oh, is there any more? Yeah. That's why everyone else got it wrong along the way. Because they were trying to say, yeah, we can get to the moon. Aliens from outer space. They were making up that stuff themselves, you know. They heard, oh, mum's got a bit of alien whisker in the stew there, in the broth there. I said, aliens? Where do aliens come from? I don't know, we haven't seen any around here. Oh, maybe they followed the sea right out to the roof, you know, because it's the same matching, yep. Day turned into night, so they followed the deep blue straight through, yeah. Maybe from the other side of the earth. Yes, son, okay, son. We'll stop playing those ads with you, mate. We'll stop doing that on the news and sending you all these messages and saying that we're quite not right yet. Maybe so, yeah, it seems to be going that way. But it's like the kids today who gave me an example, you know. Oh, yeah, mate, my friend, yeah, that led me to say that I mean the same thing. That you don't have to read it sometimes, as in put anything into your action. You already know the right act to do. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. And it's like that with many things, you know. Once you've been there, you don't have to think about it again, do you? No, that means you're gonna wake up. You know, if you're not thinking, you're asleep. uh, it's always dreaming, then you can keep it slightly behaved or slightly advocated to being real. When you're asleep, you're more real. Yeah. My ex-missus used to get me to talk in my sleep and ask me questions, you know? And then she'd be paranoid about what I'd say. I was like, I was asleep. It's probably what I was dreaming. You know, you're messing with my processing time. Yes, 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 yes. Mm. Mm. Must have drugged me first with some sort of liquor or something, I think. I'm not sure. Wouldn't you see that, mate? So we have to read it. Ah, then that was no good. These days I still talk in my sleep, apparently. I woke up the other day and Josh was kicking and flying around in the bed. No petrol in the car, he was yelling and screaming. Well, I know he's doing that all the time when I'm asleep. Sometimes I wake up and he's in the fridge. Yes, Danny. Yes, Danny. Yes, Danny. No. 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 So no one's ever read it quite right, have they? The full program. Well, now we've got Stu to carry into the future. That's what I'm saying, mate. Once we're not playing her anymore, we know the direction now. Dad sat down at the table with us when we had lunch and expressed it all to us. Mm-hmm. Now, there was another good phenomenon. If dinosaurs can't see that we aren't being, then have we seen them be, or are neither one being? Therefore, dinosaurs allure us from the state when the pictures that are made is that we walked on to be people. But if dinosaurs were just dug down into the dirt, then revealed in the dirt by us who had found them, then would it be that it's just part of the mounding? You know, it's part of the mount. You know, the fossil's always going to be found. So we had something to build up. Right. All these things that could be before really are the door to seeing what could be more. Ah. So once we dug up the dinosaurs and we spoke all this stuff about dinosaurs, but is it us that have spoke about the dinosaurs? Or is it what's in the fossils that made us see what it was for us to read? What the dinosaur fossils had left behind. So when they were put into the dirt and we discovered them, all the things we talked to about dinosaurs was there to be read in the dinosaur bones. Yeah. And it might be about our future, meteorites coming and all that stuff. Ah, but then that's the meteorites and who owns the media. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Ah. 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 The media, the metadata. Ah. It's a fight about who owns me. Ah. Ah. That's working out late, Dad. That's working out late. So if there's no way to see, then how do we see? Well, it must have been left behind. If I was there today, I'd announce it just the same. The radio waves, stereotypical way to thank all one. Now that I am, I'd say it's still me. Till the day I could get up and see, there wasn't anything showing to me. I wasn't there to be taken, I wasn't there to be slain, I wasn't there to be saved. I'm still just one mate away. Now that I can think about it, all seasons tend to come around, till it lays right down at the sea, you only find a bark ring. Now I couldn't bring anything unless I was made to be simple as me, because I'm not there to preach. Simple as me, because I'm not there to weep. Now I made it still up, and I said yeah, cheers for that hum. But on these days, I found it's just as quick to take your stage and share a bit. Cause I never could think, what would I do if I surrendered to all lose? What would I do if I came in still scared, like a penguin gone through, like a pigeon still trying to lose? Would it be, now that I've learned, I'm only a tip off the old gum tree, but still I turn my tits, cause I couldn't walk in, if only I found it, but still I'm never there where I could be. I've only learned that I'm never here where I could preach. So what would I do? What would I do? I've seen it all just because of you, who told me to stay. Thanks for that, mate. Thanks for that, mate. Cause today we've all ascended. Because we've told the whole neighbours in the world. And we're never there. Because we can't just find that we haven't bowed. If we weren't there, we'd still be there. And if we're not there, then where's there? And if it's a new age to take my seat, then place it as a plate and make it out as a cave. Because it can't be made if it's not aged. And still to this day, we can't be pleased if we're not thanked for what we think. And as we act on ourselves, then we can't make what we revert, because we can't reverse unless we have it made. And still to that day, we can't make because we're not there. But still we try to make, and we haven't ever made. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's already made. It's already made. Right. Now you've seen all where it fits. Now when you look at the stars at night time, you see the one like this. There's the devil train, you know. Right there. And that fella's right up above it. And then right next to it, it looks like there's a truck. You know, it goes dot, 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 then up here, and then you can see the whole back of it. Parked up at the docking yard. Where the sun fills them every morning. Then they drive through. But the train, looks like the truck's going to hit the train. But the train obviously dips down, comes through the slip lane and lands on top of the trees. And the truck flies straight over the rainbow. You can see it around at night time where the next truck's like up there at night time. The other truck's over here. So that truck's coming in the morning, dropping the light load off and then heading up here to the docking yard again. Where the sun would be at like midday. And the next truck's already there ready to load and bring it in the other side where the sun goes down and brings the sun up the other side. So until that changes, then we haven't completely fulfilled the mission. Because we're still doing that job. Building trucks, trains and all that export stuff, yeah. Once that changes up there in the heavens, then you know we're on the next reading. The next journey of daytime. The next job of learning. Ah, right, because the TV screen changes. Yeah, the plans change. You know, the plans aren't always the same. Ah, right. So they even own the trucks and the trains if it's printed up there. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. I haven't seen a dollar sign anywhere up there. That's an expensive project to fit though, mate. Imagine it was expensive to build all that up there, mate. It would have been a little bit. But still. Alright. It's not imagined. If we extreme ourselves to be real. But still we don't believe what we can't see. Unless we can't find anything that we mean. And if we don't season it for ourselves, then we can never find it. If we haven't looked for it. But still on this day, we can't make out from it. Unless we've only made it. And if we've made from it, then we haven't really worked with what we're meant to be making. Because to make of it means here we don't know what we're doing. So I can turn it into anything and make it work for me. If we make it, then we're not doing it for ourselves, we're doing it for its own survival. We're not like saying this is going to better me because I can't decide what it actually is that I'm here for. You know, where did I come from? Where am I going? What is it that I'm doing here? Why are we here? how are we here, and all that sort of stuff, then we might make out of it. So we can be at home still ourselves. Whereas if we make it, then it's a great trip to reward yourself in. And it's placed in the embracing of what we find in ourselves. But still no man's ever shared his walk. Afterwards you don't walk the same. You're a bit tended to believe that it's still old. I was walking in the dark, found myself apart. Now I'm not there where you could say, has my elbow turned, have my arms embraced, has the wind changed, or am I still the same? I think it's not for theirs, I think it's not for hers, I think it can't be seen unless one is sent away, sent from his place of grace, sent from his place of being brave. Now I find every day is behind. I look up to see the sky, but it hasn't changed tonight. Now I could look into many things, but where would I begin if there's no heart placed, if there's no weight made, then where would I start? If I only got a hinge and two cloths, then what would I make if my arrow's gone off? 'Cause I can't make it out unless it's for they who try to change everything that remains the same, 'cause it's inked in. You know I'll be brave, you know I'll be placed, you know I'll be shark out of its cage. And still they try to debate what it is that I state. They always clinch to something they've made, but it's always been fake. But these days, I can live with my embrace. I can live with myself, free of their state, free of their play, free of their trace. 'Cause I'm out in the wind, and I felt it for myself, and I felt it for all my kids, that we can be saved from the way they play, from the way they play. As long as you don't go their way, then you'll make it across safe. As long as you don't turn in today, you'll make it okay to where we've showed our light still on. And you know it's cool, you know it's better to be out here. 'Cause we're not fake, and we made it home to a better place. And everything they did to try and knock it down, everything they did to try and make it to ground, just made it even better. Like deleting our whole webcast, just set it free, and the truth remained, the truth remained. 'Cause I never did anything that I said. They never told the world that I'm here today. They never came clean and confessed. So in the end, we still made our table, and we're now there today. And they know it, mate. 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 How's that, eh? We fitted it into where heaven sits. Yeah, mate, so we're basically in Eden, maybe. We might be in Eden. Right, so where heaven sits in that rainbow place. Yeah, we made the solid ground there as well these days. It's not just after you die. We actually can live there until we die. We might still not get into heaven though, that depends on our sins. But still we can live a better life. Ah, 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 ah. Because all they made was outfits within the union, within the world, you know. So it's still one world, and like this, you walk into a different building, but it's still the same table, you know. Yeah, we made our whole table and all that stuff. But we can all live now. No. Like I said, when you've seen it, you know, you don't have to read it or write it. But I'm teaching people a little bit how it is. But still no man will be able to take it. They'll be impossible. Yeah. My actions weren't my actions. They were always their instruct. So Matty lead me to steal $1,000 from me, you know? Marty did, yeah. So now I can lead him to a place that he's not going to be. Because he led you to this place that you are. Yeah, to try to save me. So now I can lead him to a place that I'm not going to be. Yeah, to try to save him. Oh, shit. I know you're still wearing a light wig. Yeah. It's like that. All our extremists. Well, the local broadcast, you know. Whichever ones the mates got hooked to. Yeah, they would have came all across. Then you're just talking to the world down here because, yeah, I'm stuck in the wall. You can't get through me. The wall just moves. Got takes off my wings. Yeah. Another fly drops, you know. Another fly drops, mate. Another fly drops, mate. Till it's right, though. It's never wrong. Because it was right today. Looked out for your future. That's what friends do. Nah. Yep. 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 Thanks for tuning in. Peace be on to you.